Holy crap, we're live. We're live, folks. Good morning, evening, afternoon, wherever the heck in the world you are. It is the notorious, glorious V, the Grill Economist, and I'm with my main man, El Cuco. And we have a special guest with us today, folks. Yes, a very special guest. He is our brother from another mother, the one and only master of mayhem himself, the Spartan, the Greek Adonis of monetary, all sorts of things. The one and only Gustavo, aka Gus from Cuss with Gus. We're here. We're back. We're connected again. I'm gonna cry.
Coming to you live from Wynn Encore Casino Resort.
So, yes, that's my boy.
Cashing in fucking winning tickets.
Hell yeah. And feel free to curse Gus. I want you to just let it fly today. Open up your heart and let the cuss words out.
We could. I'll get into a funny story. We brought on I just told you guys, like, we brought on all these new people and direct reports as a company and shit. Mm-hmm. One of the guys is like an image consultant, branding consultant to help us scale and image and, all right, let's compete with mainstream shit. So one of his things for me, obviously, is like, dude, you can't tell everyone to go fuck themselves. Like, it's come the fuck down. And like, it's so instinctual. But I've tried to. So I was out in Berwick like yesterday or 2 days ago, and I was like, like, you guys, if it's someone in our space, yeah, it's like, dude, you know what, blow me. But if I got to remember, if I'm in certain audiences, like, tone it down. Like, I don't. If I'm in the Vatican, I don't run in there and be like, "Oh, Pope, suck my dick." So
he will.
Yeah,
he will. By the way,
he will.
Don't say that to the Pope, because he will do that.
No. I believe me. I know he's a brutal Pope. But anyway, I digress. The point is, yes, I could never get rid of it. It just, dude, I grew up. The family's this way. Like, this is the way we speak on Christmas. It's not.
Hey, dude, I get what you're saying, because being from New York and Chicago is the same mentality.
Yeah, it's like
the same mentality.
Yeah, it's not like I'm trying to inject this stuff, but the first thing that, like, it's a subconscious response. Like, I don't even know I'm doing it, and it's I don't. Fine, if I'm talking in front of a bunch of retirees at a Freedom Fest, I'll try to chill. But we're paying the guy to clean us up, not clean us up. Just I don't. If someone shows up, neocons and commies, if they want to buy crypto, I'll sell it to them. So I got to stop telling purple-haired lesbians to fuck off so much and just calm down, just reel it in, calm down, chill out. And I'm working on it, but god damn it, they're fucking annoying. So, dude, they are. Well, that was my position for a long time, bro. Will would, because Will's the nice one. Of the two of us, Will gets along with everyone, not confrontational. And dude, here's a true story. This is a happy hour. Like, we took our IT guy out with our account executives, took him to dinner, happy hour drinks. And this is kind of when I drew my line in the sand and decided, you know what, Illinois is not for me. California is not for me. I'm moving to Nevada. But yes. That's when I snapped. A year ago, 6 months ago, I kind of snapped. We're at this happy hour, and we go outside to have a cigarette. And these little fucking, millennials women come up, like the hostess stand, and we're outside smoking. And they come up to me and they're like, "Sir, can you please move exactly 15 feet?" And I looked at her and I'm like, "Fuck off." And she goes, "What?" She goes, "Excuse me?" I go verbatim, and Will was dying laughing. I go, "Bitch, call CNN. I don't care. Like, fuck off." Only because I just can't play. I can't play around with these people anymore. That's.
Cali's gone down the toilet, man.
Dude, it's dead. It's sacked. Forget about it. It's gone.
How do they ruin the most beautiful state in the union? Like, I'm in tears. It's the most beautiful state in the world. It destroyed in, like, what, 20, 30 years tops?
Dude, it used to be isolated, and you could talk to, doesn't matter if you're talking, I didn't know, I was in Vegas with Bix, like, for a crypto show in October. Yeah, and I didn't know Bix was totally agreed and on board with it too. He's like, "Yeah, dude, Oakland and San Francisco are gone." It used to be isolated to the Bay Area, but then the last 10 years, last 15 years, slowly it came to LA, came to San Diego, now it's in fucking Anaheim, now it's in Long Beach. It's It's just but you're right. It's the most beautiful piece of dirt in the country. It's mountains and ocean and perfect weather. They have this piece of land that's a perfect climate and sunny and temperature and all of it. And they sacked it, dude. I refer to it as like a sacking of a geography, because that's the only way to describe it. Normal people don't want to live there anymore. It's just, you can't. Go down the list, dude. The state income tax, the SJW bullshit, the gasoline, sales tax, property tax, cost of living. Dude, they've legalized petty theft. Like,
they legalized pedophilia.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. They're sick people. Like, and that, if you need any greater example, go to San Francisco. Go to San Francisco and tell me that's a safe place where it doesn't matter if you're a bachelor or you're trying to raise a family or any of it. Dude, it's disgusting. They give away syringes to they're giving away fucking heroin addicts syringes. Like, it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you people?
What about did you ever, when you were living there, did you ever download the poop app so you know where the poop is?
Yeah, I've heard of it. I've heard of it, but I never downloaded it. Dude, this is my theory. Truly, and this is not even, without going too deep down the rabbit hole. I think they want the commie model, the California model, is give us 99% peasants on the street, just straight up criminals, peasants, like an Orwellian Huxley.
Dude, it's Mad Max. But Orwell, there's a reason for it. Now this is like a complete Shaka Zulu environment, bro.
Well, and then they'll have their 1% of political class, IT oligarchs, Hollywood money. So they'll have the gated community where Barbra Streisand and Zuckerberg can skip around pretending like everything's fine. And Max, whatever her name is, that fucking crazy commie black woman.
You mean
Maxwell in L.A.? Get in their face. I'm like, bitch, you wish. Like, get in my face.
Block right off.
Yeah, throw your fucking ass in the ocean.
Exactly.
So I think they want this oligarch 1% class, and then everyone else should be like just a peasant. I don't know. When you talk to people. When you talk to like some people who are cool, but they don't have money, they're like, yeah, we live with fucking 7 roommates in 2000s. So I think they're packing them in like fucking cockroaches.
Like apartments are popular now. Like, you have like a 1-bedroom apartment that's been converted to a pod with like 10 people living in it. It's insane. Dude, my question is, what do they think is going to happen when all the businesses and corporations leave?
Well, that is what's happening, and not to mention, I didn't even get into the regulation portion of it. Holy shit, we're in crypto and retirement accounts and this and that. So we've had, dude, 20% of our clients over the course of the last decade, 20% of them are from Cali, but none of them have ever set up California IRAs. It's always somewhere else. And the business owners, dude, they punish the dude. It's too frustrating to even talk about.
Let's talk about it. I want to get you angry this morning.
Well, dude,
you're your best when you're angry, Gus.
Dude, that's why I just moved here. I moved here for all those reasons.
You're in Vegas, bro.
Dude, well, can you think of a more libertarian place to live?
Oh, it's absolutely.
Like, best, bro. Yeah. You cross the border, and it's like, oh, welcome to Nevada. Here's a hooker and a gun. Well, there's no state income tax. It's half the amount to live out here. No, to my knowledge, there's never been no one's ever been Me Too'd in Vegas. None of that. Like, this isn't a feminist SJW place. This is where people come to get fucking nuts.
You got cannabis lounges too, Gus. Don't forget.
Yeah, dude. It was a perfect fit. The only caveat is I wouldn't have tried this 10 years ago at 32. Because I wouldn't have been able probably to control the hedonism. You just got to be able to shut it down. Like, all right, let me have a Friday or Saturday of chaos, and then I still got to be productive, right? Because most movies are in fact in Vegas are in fact about getting fucking insane. So I can't be if clients are calling me on a Monday morning, I can't be thinking about the 49ers game from the night before. But the hedonism aside, it's just a libertarian ass place to live. you know, everyone does their own thing. You could smoke indoors. They serve fucking whiskey at 6 a.m. Place is fucking great. My brothers came out for Christmas, the whole family, like 12 of them. And I thought they were gonna be like, dude, you're insane, Nevada, blah, blah, blah. But what they actually said, they're like, dude, California has made you an angrier person the last 7-8 years. They're like,
dude, it really, yeah. I know what you mean, because we're not too far behind you over here in New York, dude. Right now, if I can't say the word illegal alien, I can get fined $250,000. I have to use the right gender pronouns. Like if CJ were to come over and he identifies himself as a squid, if I don't address him as Mr. Squid, then I can get fined $250,000 as a business owner here. It's ridiculous,
dude. It's madness. It is pure madness. And the only thing I could say I've seen that's good is the last year. I think people are starting to push back, and I think it originated from if I'm being honest, the stand-up comics. So
yeah,
I think
Chappelle and whatnot.
Yeah, Chappelle, Bill Burr. Ricky Gervais, dude, was fucking.
Oh, that was
dude,
beautiful.
He's like, none of you even know what the fuck you're talking about. Shut the fuck up. It's because it's true. It's fucking true. It's like, yeah. It's a bunch of like geek theater majors from high school that have never had a real job, and they're like, oh yeah, fucking this is. Oh, why aren't you pro science, bitch? Be like, bitch, you really want to debate variable calculus right now? Like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking. You dropped out of high school. What the fuck are you talking about? Like,
yeah,
they act so. But the stand-up comics, I think, just had enough. They're like, dude, we're walking on eggshells. These people are pulling us off stages. So it took big names like that to go up there and be like, dude, fucking blow me, you fucking nerds. And that's a good sign. I hope it starts transitioning to music and movies, and because
I'm sick of them ruining Star Wars.
Dude, Star Wars is dead. Fuck Star Wars. Star Wars is fucking gone. They're gonna work on everything else. I heard
Marvel is working on the first transgendered character.
Yeah, dude. Of course they are. Girl power. They're not gonna get anyone fucking killed at all. Dude, they're fucking nuts. And you actually brought this up. You know what's really fucked up is when a woman is actually like cool and hot and a badass like Wonder Woman, they fucking hate her. They're like, oh, why is she so hot?
Because Gal Gadot is an absolute beautiful eye candy. That's what it is.
That's exactly what.
My God.
They're like, if you're going to be a woman in our feminist propaganda, you have to be a bitter, angry, woman who does. They're fucking just.
Now, if they did a Wonder Woman where she was like 350 pounds with clipped hair, looking, and she was look, CJ, you had to bring that up. Look at CJ. Oh God, yes. So if it was like 350 pounds with clipped hair and blue hair nonetheless.
Yeah,
and with feminist tattoos all over. Then, oh my God, so much courage, so brave, brave.
They want Wonder Woman to be like Lena Dunham. Like you got to be.
They want Wonder Woman to be like that freakazoid idiot in Canada, Jessica Yaniv. I don't know what his real name is.
Oh,
who's going around wanting spas to wax his balls.
Dude, and it came out. He was like trying to lure kids to pool parties.
I beat the fucking shit out of him, bro.
Dude,
I swear to God.
That's what I mean. If we can't all agree on fucking molesting children is fucked up, then society's lost. Then we really are.
That's what I'm saying.
Then we really are Sodom and Gomorrah, or we need a civil war. Like if you really, they're trying to rationalize the pedophilia is the line in the sand.
It's the line, dude. It's something's got to give. And dude, I have no problems lining up every single pedo and shooting them all in the back of the head and sleeping well at night. I'd have no problems. I know I'll be doing the Lord's work at that point.
Yeah, dude, it's 100%. If
suffer not the little children, right? Suffer not the little children.
No, the society is truly lost. If some fucking liberal, blue-haired, whatever did something to one of my nephews,
fucking kill him.
Yeah, I'd vanish him. Let me be perfectly clear. I don't even give a fuck if they pulled it up at this conversation in court. But I'll fucking vanish. That's my only job.
Yep.
As
Yeah,
a man,
yeah.
that's my only job.
That's my only job.
Yeah, if I can't protect the fucking next generation of my DNA, like I have like where I don't either I don't belong here or the like fuck
No,
that.
you might as well hand over your man card and end your balls at the same time.
Yeah, and the fact they're trying to like that's something so good. They like we've said it before, man. They hate everything good. They hate family.
Why do you think that is, bro? Why do you like I look at New York and how it's being turned into a massive shithole. Literally, we got guys bathing in Columbus Circle in the fountains. We had a homeless bum take a dump on Fifth Avenue's Victoria's Secret. I mean, you know, you have tent cities that are right now popping up in Central Park. It's getting crime is back at an all-time high. The cops are demoralized. Dude, suicide rates in the NYPD are through the roof now.
If you ask me from why the oligarchs, the media, academia, the politicians, if you ask me why they enable all this, for me it's as simple as votes. They're like, if we could find enough of these, fucked up losers, junkies, criminals, imports, whatever, we take all these people together, convince them they're all victims, and blah blah blah. We'll never lose power. Like we need the more peasants we have, the more we'll never lose power. That's the job. We feed them. Like the Romans used to say, dude, bread and circus. We'll give them We'll give them welfare. We'll give them a little NFL, and they'll just fucking vote for us every fucking couple of years. It's just that simple. In regards to the Antifa and the street criminals and all them, I just think they're nihilistic fucking losers. Most of them with daddy issues. Most of them want to jerk off and eat Cheetos all day, which I always say, I'm like, they're fucking lazy. A lot of them are substance abuse. A lot of them are nihilistic. A lot of them are, you could go down the list and be like, dude, most of their protests are like Tuesday at 1 p.m. Like, dude, why aren't you sending out resumes? Like, what's wrong with you people? Like,
we gotta fight the system so we can just stay and in our mom's basement whacking off and eating Cheetos.
How do you have time for this? Like, what are you doing all day? Your mind isn't on how to produce a good or service or profit. Their mind is on how to steal my money. Like, that's what's fucked up. It's like there's no conscientious thing of production. It's nihilism, dude. It's nihilism, theft, masked under the veil of empathy. Like, oh, equality, empathy. It's like, dude, fuck you. Go get a job.
You know, it's an old biblical saying, bro. I remember this biblical proverb. It holds true. I never understood it as a young person, but the older I got, it makes so much sense. You know, there's a saying in scriptures that is, I think it's in the Proverbs, where King Solomon wrote down, speaking on behalf of God, saying, "All those that love me hate death," and I'm sorry, all those that hate me love death. That's what he said. All those that hate me love death. And I was just thinking to myself, I don't understand what that means. But it's all about, what is God? God is love. God is light. God is beauty. God is everything that's good in this world, right? And and those that hate that concept of beauty, of humanity, of God, of the wonders of the world and nature and the universe, they love death. And what is death? It's absolute nihilism. And that's what we're seeing here. We're seeing an embrace of absolute nihilism. Bro, I mean, there's no rhyme or reason. Like, I drive my streets down here, and there's potholes everywhere. There's homeless bums. The taxes are through the roof. They make it impossible. And Gus, you and I got by in the past because why? We have creative accounting that got us by. But there's a point where creative accounting can no longer be creative, that in order for us to survive, it's damn near illegal. You got to go.
Yeah. And to build on that, if I had to say one thing, and dude, and I'm not, listen, man, I'm full of vices too. I don't hide that from anyone. I like my booze. I like some pussy. I mean, I don't hide that from anyone. But you have to there has to be, I think, so I bring that up because I'm not I was raised Christian Orthodox. I'm not the most religious person in the world, but I honor the culture and the history, not only of the West, Greece, the West, Christianity, all that, but I respect it because it gives you some sort of semblance of pride and purpose and meaning. And I think Nietzsche nailed it. I think a lot of these people became atheists. They lost all sense of purpose or meaning. And then they shifted their purpose and meaning to revolution or politics or whatever. And that is their their eye in the sky, their greater goal, their new love, their new meaning, their new God is the state. Like you could tell the way they're everything, all their shit is dogmatic. Like it's our way or the highway. It's all absolute fucking insane shit. You can't.
Yeah.
That's why you can't debate these people. They try shutting you down. Yeah. Like they don't want you to speak. If you watch some of the movies of the Puritans and the Salem witch trials and all that shit, that's what these people are like. They're like hysterical, dogmatic, fucking shut it down, burn it down, fire alarm. They're revolutionary fucking psychos. Like, so, and why, if you ask me why at the core, because they got nothing else to live for. They're like, there's no purpose of family or meaning or.
They make no money. That's the freaking problem, bro. Yeah, they do nothing productive.
That is the problem, but the real problem is that just like you can't dictate consumption, you can't dictate production. Everyone is built differently, meaning some people want to say, oh, their sales pitch to the masses is, oh, if you didn't, the old Obama line, you didn't build that, or they compare everyone to the Walton fan. Like they're big on nepotism. They hate entrepreneurs because they think entrepreneurs got lucky. They don't know entrepreneurs work 14 hours a day, 16 hours. Like they think wealth is just this easy thing that you walk into. It's like, no, man, it's a lot of fucking hard work. And it's
brutal, bro.
Yeah, I can't. When I look, I have a few buddies I grew up with, ballers. Like one liquidated his company for north of 30 mil. The other liquidated his company for north of 20 mil. When I look at those two guys, my age, I literally was best man at one of their weddings, stood up at the other one's wedding. When I look at them, I'm not envious. I'm inspired.
Correct.
I'm inspired. Yes.
Right.
Like, I got to work harder. I got to have bigger balls. I got to think harder. Like that's what it is. And I think they look at success and they become envious and bitter.
They do. They become jealous. They become covetous.
Yeah, dude, 100%.
And they say things like, hold on, you didn't build that. Somebody else did. Hold on.
That's actually a rock star impression. And I think that's the key. They're very envious, resentful, bitter people. They're not inspired. What they're inspired by is equality and empathy. That it's really not equality. What they're saying is, Gus, if you want to work 20 hours a week and I want to work 4, you should give me the excess production of your 20 hours of labor per day or whatever. So
correct.
It's dude, stop being. I've simplified it to if you.
It's like my dad always says, don't be an asshole your entire life.
Well, don't be a fucking pussy. Don't be, dude, capitalism is not that complicated. It's
actually fun.
Well, it's provide a good or a service for profit, and hopefully it's scalable. Try to pick something that you could scale. Like it doesn't matter if it's content, doesn't matter if it's T-shirts, doesn't matter if it's gold. Lawyers sell a service. I mean, so find out a good or service that people will pay you for and try to scale it. That's capitalism. It's very simple. Now, if it's capitalism's evil. No, it's not. You just either aren't very good at anything, or you don't want to work hard, or you're dumb, or you don't have balls. But that's not capitalism's fault. That's a reflection in the mirror fault. Like I can't force you to get off your fucking ass. And coddling them is not the way. That's the problem. I think the
school systems.
Well, yeah, they're up there fucking indoctrinating these kids, and it's fuck. That if they have one gift, the liberals really have one gift. It's they played the long game, and conservatives didn't. They're like, all right, we're gonna sack academia. We're gonna get in the culture. So all these kids coming up, they're pussified. They're entitled. They're whining. They're lazy. They're this or that. It's like, so. I don't know. I wish I was more optimistic, man, but I don't know. Maybe it's maybe it's just our time. Maybe it's like the U.S. had a good 200-year run, and empires all rise and fall, and maybe this is the fall of it. I don't know.
I mean, there's a degradation culture nonetheless, but there's also a holding on so far. And I don't know. And dude, I think in the next critical 5 to 10 years, if we don't recapture the culture, then we're fucked. And
the culture. I think the culture really is the key.
It is the key.
Do. Yeah.
And Andrew Breitbart was right, man. Politics is downstream from culture.
Well, and because 5 years ago, I was arguing philosophy and economics and this. And most people, it goes in one ear out the other, and they're like, "All right, let's fucking get our nose ring and color our hair purple and put on our skinny jeans and let me cry when I fuck and blah blah." I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ! No, I've been wasting my fucking breath talking about monetary policy. It really is about culture, manning up, nuclear family, like stoicism, skepticism. They're trying to gut it all. They're like, I saw something. I get all those liberal fucking newspapers confused now. They were trying to say stoicism is bad for men, like a tenant going back to ancient Rome and ancient Greece, which is basically like, dude, suck it up, control you can control. All men die, but not all men die fucking whining. And they're trying to say, oh, that's not manly. You know what manly really is? Crying a lot and being they're trying to make men women, and they're trying to make women men, like force by force. And that's I can't believe people are buying it, man. My father would roll over in his fucking grave. It's fucking incredible to watch. Luckily, I think as men, we could still control our families and houses, and the onus falls on us to raise the next generation properly. But my brother and his wife have 3 sons, and they're both teachers. And me and my brother debated all the time, and I'm like, dude, they're gonna fucking try to give your sons estrogen in a year or two. Like, wake the fuck up.
Without a doubt, man.
And his argument is like, dude, we're the family, we influence them. Like, dude, the culture will influence them more than you in a few years. Like, you have control now, but eventually, from ages 5 to 15. They get around their friends. They get on the internet. They get this. So they're going to be influenced from outside sources. That's why the cultural war is such a big fucking deal.
Huge.
Yeah, it's man. Again, dude. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully, like you said, hopefully it's just a fucking blip in the road. And then that's another good argument I've heard on other sites. Like, dude, this is just a fad. It's just going on for 5 or 10 years. It'll go away. People are already getting annoyed with it. I'm like, I hope so. I hope it goes away. I hope we look back on this in 10 years and be like, God, remember that SJW bullshit? Jesus fucking Christ, those fucking retards. I hope that's the case.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sharing a screen. There it is, right there. I'm showing you a little meme. Here's to the last generation of real kids who turn into real men. That's Gen X, baby.
That's
us.
I obviously agree with you because I'm biased, but yeah, Gen Xers are, dude. We were raised. It doesn't matter.
We were the latchkey kids, man.
Well, and it doesn't matter if it was urban or not. So I had a flavor of both. Like, dude, I listened to fucking NWA and Metallica. But guess what? Both were masculine as fuck. Like, hell yeah. So it doesn't. You never had even fucking pop music. It's like, Jesus fucking Christ. I think it was all downhill after the Britney Spears revolution in the late 90s. But the Gen X, I think, is 100%. They're savages. 100%.
Yeah, we have to deal with the boomers, and we got to deal with the stupid millennials.
Yeah. I don't know, man. As a business owner now who has to hiring them is terrifying. Bringing them on, it is, dude. It's think about it, man. Like, you're one. There's a few like comedy clips that shows the millennials getting interviewed on fictional, obviously, but it serves its purpose. It's like, yeah, and I can't come in till 10:15 in the morning. And yeah, I need a 3-hour. It's like, Jesus.
I need a 3-hour lunch break, and I need some safe space time and some self-actualization.
Dude, it's art imitating life. It really is. And I don't know. I've heard good things about Gen Z. Like, I heard they're total.
Yeah, from what I'm hearing as well. So there's some hope there.
Yeah. We'll see, man. We'll see. again, I don't mean to be a fucking buzzkill, but
No, it's all good. Let me ask you this: we have the impeachment nonsense going on. We have the coronavirus, which is causing people to dump out all the corona. CJ's been infected this morning. He went into his fridge. He took all. CJ, why don't you explain to them what happened to you when you got infected by the coronavirus?
I just didn't feel well. I went into my fridge and I saw all that Corona beer in there. I'm like, shit, we ain't gonna have none of this up in this place. So I threw all my Corona beer out. I ain't having it.
Dude, how? I was about to say CJ might be dead by the end of this phone call. The virus did him in.
No, you probably will. Like what you said, Gus. We'll light a candle for him.
Yeah, I'll miss him. I'll miss him. I'll be at Scores strip club tonight on the strip. I'll miss him. I'll think of him.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Talking about strip, you heard what happened to Jizzy Maxwell?
No. What happened?
Jeffrey Epstein's handler. She says British socialite and former Jeff Epstein's fixer. She's the handler, man. She's like the point man in this whole operation. Jizzy Maxwell claims that her email server was hacked. Dude, that's what's going to happen, Siege. That our email server was hacked, and approximately 2,000 pages of documents last month, according to the Daily Mail. The extent of the intrusion is unknown, including whether her emails were obtained, which might include embarrassing or evidentiary details concerning Epstein's alleged victims, co-conspirators, and other participants in his underage sex trafficking operation. In the newly released court document from different lawsuits, Maxwell's attorneys argue that a trove of communications to remain sealed and that insufficient redactions in the August release in which serious mistakes were made leading to the breach. More of this stuff is coming out, bro. Lots of names were in those emails, Gus.
Doesn't the whole thing, though, really tell you? Me and Will talk about this all the time, and doesn't the whole Epstein thing, really tell you the essence of leverage?
Yes.
The whole thing's a lot of life and business and politics, it really is just all about leverage. So the model appears to be, let's record. It's like from The Godfather 2, where they get the senator by the balls with the dead hooker in the room. Like, a lot of it is get dirt on these people. And so payoffs are a good way of getting people to do what you want. I'll just throw money at them, blah, blah, blah. That's great. The best way to get people to do what you want is to have leverage over them. And this whole Epstein thing, that appears to be his whole reason for existence. And I don't know if Mossad was behind him or who was financing or put this thing together. He went from a math teacher to like whatever.
He went to a math teacher with no prior experience in math, teaching at an Ivy League university, and then goes to work at Bear Stearns. Like, and he sucked at trading. He was horrible.
Yeah, and the model, and you hear a lot of Wall Street guys like, dude, we've never met anyone who's done a transaction with him. Like, so how's this guy net worth $1 billion? Someone bankrolled them, someone financed them.
Oh, and by the way, he had friends like Lex Wexler, whatever the name is, guy from Victoria's Secret. He gifted him a $75 million home on Fifth Avenue. You know,
isn't that woman's? Wasn't her dad involved with like Israeli intelligence and shit too?
Yeah, Maxwell's dad, Thomas Maxwell. He was a Mossad agent.
Yeah,
involved in blackmail.
Yeah,
that's what it is. It's a blackmail operation.
So you get all these motherfuckers in the business community and political community. You get them fucking some 16-year-old on tape or recorded or whatever. And then anytime you need anything done.
Hold on, Gus. I'll tell you right now. I did not have sex with that 15-year-old girl. She was 12.
Dude, wait.
I'm sorry. I didn't go anywhere. I knew Jeffrey Epstein. I tried to console him and try to give him good counsel, Gus. I tried to give him good counsel. I told him, and I said, Jeff, you remember what happened to me? It was a far right-wing conspiracy, and I tell you right now, I was a far right-wing conspiracy, and Hillary and I had a tough time. We were broke. We were destitute when we left the White House.
Dude, your Clinton is better than your Obama even. The Clinton is fucking spot on. It really, it's a spot on fucking bill. They just had pictures of him on the plane, right, with her.
Oh God, like 27 times. I was doing relief work.
Well, in Berwick and what's his face went to the island.
Luke Rudowski. They went to the island.
Yeah, they went to the island and got chased off by security. There's like this whole pedophile temple, and but at
But
its
bro, they
core-
were. You notice the dome was removed.
Oh, they combed-
ransacked the place and cleaned the place before even the FBI, those morons even showed up on the scene. It was already as soon as Jeff got arrested, they cleaned that whole place out.
Well, think about the level. If they killed him in a federal fucking prison with the cameras on.
Gus, real quick, guess who his former cellmate was that also attacked him? His former cellmate that attacked him was a former best friend of mine.
Come on, the dude from the dude who's jacked.
Yeah, the jacked cop who's in jail for a quadruple homicide. That was a very good friend of mine, Nick Tartaglia. I still don't believe Nick did it. That's the crazy thing. I don't believe he did it. I'm not gonna say what I think he's covering for somebody else. I'm not gonna say who. I don't know for sure.
Well, the what that tells me though is if they could get to him in those conditions,
yep,
they could get to anyone.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, yeah, they could get to anyone. If you have leverage on a certain level of power and influence, I don't know. Again, man, I don't know. The question is, what's the hierarchy look like, or what's the decision-making process? Like, is this just a straight-up like secret cabal that has a conference call once a week? I don't fucking know. Like, I have no idea either. But if the dude was murdered, and like 99% of the population agrees.
You know the top coroner, bro. Remember him? The top coroner's like, there's no way. This guy, he's like the star coroner of coroners, and this guy's like, no, you never see this in a hanging. This guy was strangled to death, and I'm surprised 60 Minutes actually ran with that.
No, well, so am I actually. So am I. But they fucking ignored it for 10 years, like all of them did. So everyone knows. I mean, the Epstein didn't kill himself. It's almost become like one of the most popular memes the last 6 months. But what it really tells me is, dude, they could get to anyone.
Yeah,
they could get to anyone in any condition. They could get there. If you could, and I don't know who quote unquote they are, but it's insane. It really is fucking insane. But again, the model appears to be fucking leverage based on blackmail. Like if we have enough fucking dirt on you, we're gonna get you to do what the fuck we want. And that it makes perfect sense. It makes perfect fucking sense.
And when they don't have dirt on you, they come on you hard body, try to destroy you through all sorts of different means, like what they're trying to do with the president. Speaking of which, we have the impeachment trial. Hey, man, did you ever see the picture of a young Adam Schiff with a young Jussie Smollett together?
Pencil neck?
Yeah. Juicy Smouillet, the French actor.
Pencil neck and the fucking...
I call him Bug Eyes. He's got the insectoid eyes, like he's just like, I don't know. He took a hit of coke. He took a bump of coke, and his pupils dilated. Yeah, but him and that the French actor who faked the racial attack, Juicy Smouillet, as Dave Chappelle would call him. You ever seen that picture? Gus, did we lose you? CJ?
Yeah, he may have closed out. He may have accidentally with his browser because he's on his mobile device, so it may very well happen.
Jeez. Just when it was getting good.
It shows up still back in, but his mic's not up, or there he's muted himself. So or he had a call or something come in that.
Gustavo,
you back?
Unmute your mic. Gustavo.
Yeah, or we can maybe try rejoin if you can hear us, Gus. You might be able to rejoin. But something probably took over your mic, whatever reason. Maybe your phone or something. That's what I'm guessing, mate.
Huh. Anyway. Well, that was fun. It was great.
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
It was
absolutely.
Great to have Gus back on. We got to do this more frequently now that he's in Vegas. And we could have more of these chats. It's always good. We got to have Gus with Gus back on at least once a week again.
Yeah, we should.
Gotta have that
right into our weekly schedule and get him. Yeah, we'll
rebuild.
Yeah, absolutely.
Rebuild. Part of the rebuilding of Rogue. Cool deal. Anyway, Siege, I think we covered it all. Want to thank you for being on, buddy. And folks, thank you all for listening in. If you haven't done so already, also go check out Siege's My CBD Edibles. You guys are restocked and ready to go or what?
Give us probably next week. We'll be ready.
Okay, perfect. Cool. So, folks, also check out the Gus, are you there? No. Check out. Let me just remove him in this way if he comes back in. Check out also the Patreon. I'll be on there possibly either today or tomorrow. And I'll be breaking down some more stuff for you guys probably today, maybe later today. We'll see how it goes. And with that being said, folks, we are over and out.